The Mystara project is proud to present part 27 of the Places of Mystara series. In this video, we take a look at Adrian Peak. Adrian Peak was introduced in the 1989 trail map, TM1 The Western Countries. The peak is located in the mountains north of High Shire, on the Darrakin border, about 16 miles northwest of the site of the Battle of Blackflame. References to the peak being in Karamikos are false. The mountain range is widely known as the Cruth, but referred to as the Black Spires by the Hin. The peak is situated about 37 degrees north of the equator, and about 47 degrees west of the Sundsvall meridian. The nearest settlements to the peak lie about 32 miles away, in the Hin villages of Longflask and Cruth. Although, two unnamed Darrakinian freeholds border the peak, one to the west and one to the north. Adrian Peak experiences fairly dry summers with the occasional thunderstorm, experiencing temperatures ranging from 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. In autumn, rains come from both warm moist southerlies and cooler northerlies. Rains may last for 4 to 5 days, and occasionally for a week, making footing on the peak slippery and treacherous. Temperatures range from the 30s to the 50s. Winter snows and storms mainly come from the south, with temperatures in the 30s to 40s. Snow turns to rain in late winter. The rains continue into spring, which has temperatures ranging from the 30s to the 60s. Little is known of the history of the peak. Prior to BC 2500, the land would have been under ice sheets. In BC 1254, descendants of Woga's tribe, possibly goblins and orcs, migrated from the territory of the Children of the Horse, ending up in the Cruth Mountains, in the vicinity of Adrian Peak, the following year. Around BC 1000, gnolls arrived in the region, displacing the orcs, who in turn invaded the deep land of the gentlefolk to the south. In the spring of BC 912, Lochtal Ironshield fled the glittering land from the Hin with his dwarven subjects, north into the Black Spires. It is possible, some of the dwarfs may have passed near Adrian Peak. In BC 490, remnants of Queen Abdallah's horde, possibly more orcs and goblins, plus hobgoblins and bugbears, migrated to the Cruth Mountains in the vicinity of Adrian Peak, after their failed siege of Selenica. In AC 700, a huge force of orcs invaded High Shire from the Black Spires, in the vicinity of Adrian Peak. They were trapped and defeated by mysterious cold flame magic, at the Battle of Blackflame, about 24 miles southeast of Adrian Peak. It is unknown how the peak was named, but it was probably named after an adventurous explorer, who may have scaled it. The name suggests a Thyacian, but could have been in honor of a Darrakinian or Hin mountaineer. Adrian Peak reaches a height of 5,250 feet. TM1 and the almanacs record it as the highest peak in the Cruth Mountains. However, Gaz8 notes that the mountains around the source of the Cruth, just 24 miles east of the peak, average 6,000 feet in height. Further complicating the matter, is that Gaz11 describes the range as towering up to 17,000 feet. Noting that Gaz11 does not distinguish between the Black Peaks and the Cruth Mountains, referring to the entire range as the latter. The Cruth Mountains mainly consist of hornblende, which is unlike any mountain range in the real world. A hornblende mountain range would likely be geologically ancient, part of a deep crustal uplift, or old orogeny. It is likely rich in metamorphic minerals, such as magnetite, biotite, epidote, and quartz. The mountain range is likely to have caverns. The most likely inhabitants of the mountain are orcs. It is noted that the Blackstone orcs occupy the mountains 32 miles to the east, and orcs are common in the Black Spires mountain range. Hobgoblins are known to raid near the Longflask mines, about 24 miles away. So they could also inhabit Adrian Peak. Goblins also inhabit the mountains of High Shire, but are rarely encountered. The Vile Raider bugbears occupy the mountains around the Mistmere Falls, about 24 miles to the east. A splinter tribe could occupy the caverns of Adrian Peak. Adrian Peak just lies within the draconic kingdom of Arzamor, ruled by the Gold Dragon Queen, Arzam from Where Escalot. Perhaps she sometimes hunts in the vicinity of Adrian Peak. Other dragons known to inhabit the Black Spires, but rarely encountered, include crystals, onyxes, reds and sapphires. Black Bungo Gullybuck often leads his Hin striker band into the Cruth lowlands, and north into the mountains in the vicinity of Adrian Peak. He especially is on the lookout for humanoids and Black Eagle Barony operatives. Unless you are running a humanoid player character-based campaign, Adrian Peak is too remote for conventional basic-level characters to survive a mountain wilderness journey in order to get to its caves. They would need an armed escort to get there, and then to man a base camp for them to retreat to. This could be achieved by an official 5 Shires Fang patrol, but is more likely through Black Bungo Gullybuck's striker band. The PCs may be contacted by one of these groups to take on the expedition to the Peak's caves to defeat the humanoids there, or the PCs may learn of Bungo from Spira Quickmagic Coppertoes, the proprietor of the Murdered Princess Inn, near the village of Knob's Boots in East Shire. She adventured extensively in the Black Spires before retiring. Alternatively, they could be hired by one of the border magistrates in the Darrakin freeholds near Adrian Peak, to deal with raiding humanoids coming from the mountain. Again, the border magistrate could provide soldiers to escort the PCs there, and to guard their base camp. For expert-level adventures, the PCs would be on their own to brave the dangers of the Cruth Mountains to get there. But if they get into trouble, Bungo's band, a border magistrate's patrol, or even the Gold Dragon Azam, could give them life-saving assistance. The PCs could be attacked by the winged lion Sirgar creatures, possibly being assisted by griffins attacking the Sirgars. If the PCs are beyond lowly humanoids, plenty of more challenging creatures inhabit the mountains to test them. For companion to master-level characters, the Gaz 8 scenario, the Deep Mine, could be located in, or near Adrian Peak, unleashing many Earth-related creatures from the elemental plane of Earth. The PCs would need to overcome these creatures, and the Deep Glorant city far below ground. Then pursue the magic-wielding Great Glorant leader through the plains, to defeat it and close the vortex. This concludes part 27 of the Places of Mystara series, featuring Adrian Peak, located deep in the humanoid-dominated territory of the Cruth Mountains.